Every once in a while, the 2005 hit single One Thing by Amerie trends on Twitter, TikTok, or Instagram. The comments and posts normally consist of these three things. I used to love this song, what happened to Amerie, and last but not least, I thought this was Beyonce. And every time someone mentions that they thought this was Beyonce, a whole video or thread is made on how Beyonce stole Amerie's flow and ended her career. And that's not exactly true. So in today's video, we're going to be dissecting exactly why people think that Beyonce stole Amerie's sound, and did she steal Amerie's sound? To begin, let's go over a brief introduction of Amerie for the people who aren't familiar with her, and a brain refresher for y'all who do know of her. Amerie was born in Fitchburg, Massachusetts, January 12th to a Korean mother and a black father. Her father was a chief warrant officer in the U.S. military, which caused her to move frequently. She lived in Alaska, Texas, Virginia, and Germany. While attending university in Washington, D.C., she met the iconic producer Rich Harrison. Rich Harrison had previously done work with Mary J. Blige prior to eventually working with Amerie. She revealed that when he first played some of his music for her in a McDonald's parking lot, she instantly knew something was special. Rich Harrison produced every song on Amerie's debut album and produced her first hit song, Why Don't We Fall in Love, which is a timeless hit and was even sampled by 2 Chainz and Ariana Grande in 2019. Fast forward to her sophomore album, Harrison produced the biggest hit of her career, which is the main topic of this video, One Thing. One Thing is a go-go funk R&B song which was released in 2005, and if you don't know what go-go is, it's a subgenre of funk music originated by black people in the DMV. But anyway, One Thing went through a bit of a struggle before getting released. Amerie's label kept telling Harrison and Amerie that the song sounded unfinished and that they needed to add more to the song. Harrison and Amerie, however, did not feel like that was true. They thought the song was already finished and they didn't want to add too much to the song because they didn't want to overpower it. And also, J-Lo, the infamous woman who steals vocals in songs, was plotting to take One Thing. Yes, she tried to steal One Thing. Amerie luckily took it upon herself to leak One Thing to radio, where it began to become popular, leaving the label no choice but to release it, and the rest was history. So now that we've went over the brief history of One Thing, let's talk about why people even think that Beyonce stole Amerie's sound, or more specifically, the One Thing sound. A lot of people like to immediately start off the argument with saying Beyonce stole the sound with Crazy in Love, and that's simply not true. With a quick Google search, you know that Crazy in Love was released 2 years before One Thing was released. The songs have a similar sound because they worked with the same producer. So it's literally impossible for Beyonce to copy her or to be influenced by her if she put out her record first. My argument, however, is that I believe Beyonce was very inspired by the go-go R&B sound around the time she was making her album B-Day. It makes way more sense and the timeline actually matches up with each other. B-Day was released in 2006, a year after One Thing was released, and in that span of time, Beyonce probably most definitely caught wind of One Thing and fell in love with that type of sound, hence as to why that specific go-go sound is all throughout the album B-Day. The songs on the album where the go-go sound is very apparent includes Get Me Bodied, Sugar Mama, Freakum Dress, and Green Light. Compared to Dangerously in Love, where Crazy in Love was literally the only go-go sounding song on the album. And because Beyonce has such a go-go inspired hit album compared to Amerie only having one go-go sounding hit, I think that's where people tend to think that Beyonce made One Thing, because that was Beyonce's style for a minute. However, this is what Amerie had to say on The Breakfast Club when Charlamagne asked if she thought Beyonce ever tried to imitate her.
To the point where you thought Beyonce was trying to imitate you?
No, I wouldn't say that. I mean, a lot of people are going to say different things, but it's like what I was saying. Like, artists, we're all in dialogue with each other, so no artist is an island. You can't say, oh, well, I have no influences. And sometimes people try to say, well, I have an influence, like the 50-year-old ones from back in the day, but it's like we're all influenced by old music and current music. Like, you can't get around it.
But y'all was on the same label.
Yeah, but that never really...
Then she started working with Rich.
We were on the same label, but that I don't think that did anything.
I really liked Amerie's response. It was very mature. She was basically saying that I don't think that she's trying to imitate me, but definitely inspired, which is exactly what I said, and I think it's 100% true. My whole collective opinion is that I don't think Beyonce stole her sound. Like Amerie said, I think she was simply inspired, and if we're being honest, anyone is free to make go-go inspired music. I also think it's a bit disrespectful to both parties anytime someone says that Beyonce stole Amerie's sound and ended her career. Because 1, Beyonce didn't steal her sound or end her career, and 2, Amerie is more than just being brung up every time somebody thinks that she was Beyonce. It's tiring and it's annoying. But anyway, that's all I got for now. Let me know your guys' opinions in the comments, and stay tuned because I have many more videos coming very soon. And that's it. Thank you guys for watching. Peace.